Hello and good morning. How is everybody doing? All right. A little sound check over here. It sounds good. Clear that out real quick so we don't get any feedback. All right. All right. All right. That's good. Looking good here. Looking good there. Outstanding. Outstanding. Perfect. All right. All right. Today is going to be some more fun tech stuff, man. As I said yesterday, this is what I love, man. This tech stuff, this is where it's at. I mean, you can just let your imagination go wild, have so much fun with it, and do so many different cool things, and just have a blast. I mean, it's just the sky's the limit, and once you start to really figure it out, man, you can just start doing so many fun things with it, and it's just so so cool, man, so cool. And you don't have to be a techie person to figure it out either. Um, it just kind of just comes together. But uh, how'd you guys do on your live stuff yesterday? I mean, the live stuff is. I mean, let's be real, man. The live stuff's scary. I mean, I remember going. I don't know if I was necessarily sweating bullets, but I mean, I remember going live for the first time, and it was just like, what in the world am I doing, man? I mean, you get the anxiety, and you're just like, oh god. It's like there's no going back, and you just get to do it once, and it's like, what if I screw up? And I mean, you're holding that record button, and once you let it go, excuse me, there it goes, man. But I mean, the ones I saw were just freaking awesome. I mean, you guys killed it and crushed it, and it's no different than just talking like you do just anybody. I mean, once you get it in your psyche that it's just you're just talking. You're talking to just somebody on the phone or FaceTime or at a Starbucks. I mean, it's you're just talking to somebody. I mean, it's like this. I mean, when I first started doing this and you're talking to a webcam, um, it's weird. And you gotta still stay in it, and you got to be more conscious of um, your energy. I mean, you've got to still project, and you still got to have that same charisma and just I mean just the body language. I mean, the camera needs to be the other person. It needs to be somebody, and if you picture that camera or your phone as that other person and you speak to them that way, then everything's going to come across that way. But if you just, hey, yeah, it was kind of like this that day, and it was just, it was all right, and it was a little scary, and no, no, you don't want that. I mean, it's boring. No, nobody wants to listen to that. So it's just you just got to be yourself. Just have a regular conversation. The one thing about when you're doing video and you've got to come across almost over the top, and that way it comes across almost normal or above normal on the receiving side of whoever's watching. Because if you're just coming across as just you're just speaking, or you're just doing just regular, then if you're just being your regular stuff, it's just going to come across as blah. So you've got to come across, you got to bring it. You've got to do more. You got to almost feel like you're um you almost got to feel like you're overdoing it, which sounds crazy and it feels crazy. It feels weird. But that's what you got to do. And that's why I talk with my hands, why I do the stuff that I do. And that's still something that I'm working on to get better. And when you're trying to, when I first started, I tried to use a teleprompter because I wanted to hit all the points. I want to make sure I hit all the stuff. I want to hit, be perfect. I didn't want to leave something out. I didn't want to sound dumb. I didn't want to make a mistake. All that stuff that we all have the fears of. And, but if you don't know the material, if you don't know the material enough to go through it fluidly, you sound robotic. And even when you know the material, you still don't sound 100% yourself. So the quicker you can get away from this and just flow and be you, the more authentic you, the better you're going to sound, the better you're going to look, the better you're going to sound, the better the reviews, the better the perception, the better the everything. It's just all around going to be better. And then you can work on your energy. And then you can start to bring it and you can be over the top, because then when you're over the top, then it becomes real. Then it becomes really cool. And then you have great energy. So wanted to say that real quick with the lives, because most of the time when you go live, you're tight. You're tight, you're nervous, you're conservative, because you're scared of what you're going to say. Although you guys did a pretty dang good job yesterday. So to all you guys, today we want to do a quick thing. And this is a hard one for me. And it is, share with your people what you're reading. And for me, to sit down and read, I freaking hate it. I despise it, because I'm constantly, like I said, I've got 6 monitors here, and I read all day. I'm tired of reading, and I will watch a video though all day. So, or I'll watch a informational thing all day. So I'll listen to something. I'll listen to a book. I'll listen to an informational video. Um, I'll go to YouTube. The stuff that we're doing with this video, YouTube is freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. YouTube should have like a university. I mean, you can find anything out there. Google and YouTube. You can educate yourself on so much crap. Crap in the highest term or use of the word, in a good way. I mean, you can find whatever you need and you can learn or teach yourself whatever you need on YouTube. And one of the things that one of my coaches taught me was, or turned me on to, was this book was Still Like an Artist. And it's a simple book. I mean, it's not super complex. You can see it's small pages, big print. That's my kind of book. Something quick, easy. I'm not into one of those big, thick 600-page novels. You'll never see me pick that up. And the biggest thing about this, and letting your people know and teach them what you're learning, teach them what you're doing, because you don't want to come across as always coming up as the expert. It's great when we come across as the expert and we know what we're talking about, but we don't want to be a know-it-all. That can sometimes work against us. And we're always a student. And that's what I said in the very beginning. One of the reasons why I do this, one of the reasons I do this is to keep me sharp, to keep me out front, to keep me constantly on the forefront of the cutting edge of what's going on, what's new, what's working, what's not working, what can we break, what can we not break, and figure out how can we do something different, or just you've always got to be a student, you've always got to be learning, and especially in this industry right now with everything that's evolving. If you're not learning right now, man, you're falling behind. I mean, right now, with everything that's changing in our industry, you absolutely need to be evolving and learning. Cannot stress that enough. So that's the reason I do this stuff. I mean, last week I was supposed to attend 2 conferences and I just couldn't do it. One, because I was doing this, and then two, it was just going to take up too much of my time with everything else I have going on. But there were conferences that I was absolutely not going to miss out on. And one of them was to listen to the CEOs or CFOs or their chief information officers from companies like Coca-Cola, FedEx, ESPN, Google, Marriott, Sony Music. Actually, you know what? I've got a screen up on this talking about how are they utilizing, how are they, which window did I put this in? Bear with me a second. Got to remember what window I put this in. How are they using AI for marketing going forward? But then more importantly, how are they, where did I move this? Come on, man. Here we go. How are they, boom, let's go here. There it is. Where? Well, that's not what I wanted it to show. It's now changed to screen. It was showing all those companies. Go figure, man. Now it wants me to sign up for something. Well, in any event, it was basically going through all the ways that they are utilizing technology, how they're evolving, how they're utilizing AI going forward. And I'm like, there's got to be something I can learn from companies like these. So there was 3 days that they were going through and presenting all this stuff. So I have all the videos, or access to all the videos now. So I'm going to start going through all that stuff. And then this was another one last week, and the Video Summit down in Dallas. And it's basically anybody that's anybody in video content creating for YouTube. And it was any of the major influencers, what they do, how they do it, and so forth. It's a big networking meeting. It's not to go down there and get autographs or anything like that, but it's just go down there and brainstorm and what are they doing? What are they doing next? What's the up and coming trends? And basically, I've got all the videos from all the breakout sessions for this coming as well. Actually, I already have them, and I'm going to start watching them this week as well. So stuff like this, constantly learning, man. You can't stop learning, and you got to stay on the cutting edge of everything. And it's just you got to remain a student, man. So constantly do stuff, read little things like that, pick up little tidbits, and share it with your people. So that's today's task: is teach something from a book you're reading. and post it, do a video on it. All right, let's do some tech stuff. Tech. Canva. Canva is gonna be, where is my Canva? Let's get back to Canva. Where window do I have that in? Canva is going to be probably one of your best friends. And I say that because I haven't even fully embraced Canva yet. And I already know that I need to embrace it more than I have. And there's so many things that you can do with it. And it's incredible once you get into understanding everything that it offers. And Canva is critical when you want to make any kind of template, any kind of collage, any kind of highlights, any kind of background. If you want to do any kind of photoshopping, if you want to make any kind of flyer, I mean, there's so much you can do inside of here. It has the magic eraser tools. It has some cool new AI built in. It has this new magic switch where you can go in here and tell it. I think I was telling you guys the other day, if you had an object that was, let's say, bananas, and you wanted to highlight it and say, give me lemons instead, it'll swap them out. I mean, it's just so, it's a very robust, powerful platform. And it's fairly easy to use. You don't need a lot of, Photoshop or create, a PowerPoint or artistic skills to really understand how to use this. It's really pretty simple. And then on top of that, go Google or go to YouTube and search out Canva tutorials. There's hundreds of them. So there's tons of ways you can teach yourself how to do it. And then you can go out and find a specific thing. You can go out and say, how do I create a seamless carousel? It's going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step by step by step by step. It'll even get you down to how do you set your rulers. And the rulers are the key critical piece because that helps keep your text where it needs to be. And that's one of those things you just learn by trial and error. So it's cool. You need to go check it out. Now, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and like I said many times with our messages, if it's important, you need to say it over and over and over and over and over again. And with any of these programs, they're going to give you a freebie. There's a free version. And then there's going to be the hook. And they're going to want you to pay. And there is the same situation with Canva. And they'll want you to upgrade to the pro version. I can't remember what all comes with the basics or the basic program, but you'll see it. You'll find where the crossover is. And at some point, you'll cross over. But just FYI, you're going to come to that crossroads and you're going to have to pay up. But it's going to be worth it. You'll see what you're going to get. But I'm not giving you any kind of reference codes. I'm not going to give you any kind of promotion codes. So I'm not getting anything out of it. It's just you go in there and you do it. You go get what you want. There's no promotional codes that I'm giving you from anywhere, from any of this stuff that I'm going to recommend to you or what I use. I'm just giving you straight up the links to go get to the site and to sign up directly. So with that said, so I'm already in here, but when you go to Canva itself, this is basically what you see. And literally, you can do whatever you want in here. You can create whiteboards, you can do docs, you can do videos, print products, website tools, social media, whatever. If you want to create templates for your phone, for your story, it has all sorts of templates you can use in here. I mean, you can scroll through things. It can be a collage. I mean, tons and tons of collages over here. You can come back into here. Uh, where's the one? That's not what I want. Yeah, that was what I wanted actually. So you have all of these different templates that you can use, that you can build out for uh, your feed. So I mean, you can take and have this, and then turn around and customize it. You can change your colors. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. You can get in here, type or move it around. You can delete it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. You can add effects. You can change it, add some transparency. You can do the text. I mean, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So the point of it is you just get in here and play with it and start customizing, and then you can start creating your own little stuff you can use. Now, the big thing that I want to use and show this for today, and then we're going to take and create our canvas for tomorrow. We're going to cut it up, and then we're going to start posting these. Is we want to create our backdrop, and ultimately we're going to need to go into a custom size, but we're going to wait and do that later. And I'm going to jump ahead into some stuff that I have saved. So you can get into, actually, let me back out so show you how to get there. So social media, and is it social media? What's it called? Social media. How did I get to this page? It's not Facebook cover. Custom size. How did I get to this originally? I think that's all I did right there. Is I went to create a design, or actually custom size, because ultimately what you're going to put in is when you're going to build out a longer one, if you're going to build out a multiple page one, and we're going to get into this more tomorrow, you actually have to calculate how big of a image you need. And that's why you see these different sizes. So most of them are going to be a single square is 1080 by 1080, and that's just one square. So if you need one that is 2 wide, then obviously you're going to be doing 1080 times 2. And then if you want 3 wide, it's going to be 1080 times 3. And then if you want 4 wide, 1080 times 4. And then the purpose of doing 1350 as your height, 1350 is going to give you your margins at your top and your bottom, so that when you have your display box that's in the middle, you get your perfect 4:5 ratio, so that anything you put inside that box is seen in your feed. But your canvas you create is going to be taller. That way, when Instagram crops it, you don't have your information that gets cut off. So I have a document I'm going to share with you that talks about this. So in this case, we're going to go off of, we're going to use this. And what I want you guys to look at is be able to go through and get in here and just start playing around, looking for templates. And these are standard templates that are already out there. And any of these you can click on, and then you can start deleting things. You can remove things. You can swap things out. You can hit this back arrow. So you can start swapping things out. So if I wanted to change that, I can come over here to my branding, and I could bring that in, drop it in. Actually, that did not drop in the way I wanted it to. Drop it in, boom. I can swap it out like that. You can click on this big box is picking up this whole color pattern. I can come over here. There it goes. It starts swapping out the colors. It brings in my color pattern. So you can start doing different things with it. You can start mixing things up and creating and coming up with your own design. You starting with a template if you like the templates, and then just see where it goes. Now, what I like to see and what I like to do is I like to have something that flows, and that way you have a you, when you chop this up, and this one's going to be this is 4 pages. No, this is 3 pages. So this is going to ultimately chopped up into 3 slides. And what I want is I want something flowing from each slide to the next. So you can tell when you're looking at it, when you're looking at each individual slide, there's something else. Visually, there's something else next. There's something else coming. And that way, you know that the viewer is kind of having that same mental image. Hey, what's next? What's next? What's next? And so let's go back here real quick. So go back to designs. So to give you a better idea of that, go back. So should go some of the ones I've saved. So like this one, you have all the different patterns. So you can tell there's a little bit of flow here. Same way with this one, there's a little bit of a flow. Now, the cool thing about it is you can also copy this and you can adjust it. So if you want to add some more to it, you want to get rid of these words. Oops, I got rid of this. Copy, paste. I don't want that. I don't want that. So now so theoretically, I would have an image here, an image here, and an image here, because this is ultimately going to be cut up into 3 individual background canvas pieces. And then we would lay images on top of it. And this way, when you're looking at the image, when you look at the individual canvas piece, you could tell that there's something else going on behind the scenes that's kind of continuing. And it just gives that feel that something else is going on. And once you see it all finished and created, it'll all come together. But be thinking about this. Get into Canva, and start creating it and seeing what you like and how it all comes together. And then you'll start to get the feel for it, and it'll come together for you. And it's the same way that I created my backdrop for the one I did that I showed you guys yesterday. All it was is this collage. I started layering the photos. Now that's my canvas, but it's a single page canvas. So I didn't need anything that really technically flowed. Even though I did ultimately use this for a 10-page canvas, I ended up putting the arrow down at the bottom to give the indication that there was something else and that there was more to it. But this was designed to ultimately be a 1-page canvas. But this is my backdrop for market updates, and that's what it's going to be used for. But that's the kind of thought process you need to have is build a canvas that's going to be designed for whatever you're going to use it for going forward, for whatever kind of update it's going to be. And that way you've got it going forward stock, and then you can turn around and use it over and over and over and over and over. And That's it, man. That's very, very simple, very easy, very simple. Uh, I don't know why I have all these down here though. Oh, here's the arrows, but I don't know why I have so many of these though. I don't know why I have so many of them. But get creating those. Get your mind creativity going. Get your canvases. Get your ideas because tomorrow we're going to take and have these ready to go. And then we're going to take them and then we're going to start layer them. We're going to take them, start chopping them up, and then we're going to get them over into Snagit, start laying them, and then start posting them. So have your Canvas stuff ready. And if you got any questions, shoot me a message via Facebook through the group or give me a call and we'll go from there. Otherwise, you guys have a great day. And if you got any questions about the video challenge today, let me know that as well. And we will talk to you tomorrow. All right. See you guys.